Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. We are from group 3 and my name is Devan Ahmad Pramudia and I would like to introduce about Old English literature. First of all, Old English literature refers to the writing process in the Old English language between the 7th and 11th centuries in Britain. The definitions of Old English literature it encompasses a range of genre, including epic poetry like Beowulf, religious text, and historical chronicles reflecting the culture and values of the Anglo-Saxon society. This is the theory of Old English literature. The literature of this period is often studied to understand the linguistic development of English and to explore the social and cultural dynamics of early medieval Britain.
Okay, and here I am will explain to you about the how the significance on the Old English literature period. The first one is the preserve is used for the preservation of culture. Old English literature provides valuable insights into the culture, society, and belief of early Anglo-Saxon in England. Works such as Beowulf is the epic poem about the hero battles with monsters, dragons, and rival warriors, offer a glimpses into the values, customs, and the worldview of the time. And the second is for the language development. Old English literature play a crucial role in the evolution of the English language. It represents the earliest stages of the language, which underwent significant changes over time. And the third is the for literary legacy. Despite the limited surviving works from this period, our English literature includes some of the most important and influential texts in the English literary history. Beowulf stands as one of the greatest epic poems in the English language and continues to inspire modern adaptation and interpretation. And the fourth is for influence on later literature. Our English literature has had a profound impact on later English and European literature. Elements of Old English poetry, such as alliteration and killings, can be found in later works. And the last is for historical documentation. Many Old English texts serve as valuable historical documents, providing accounts of significant events, rules, and cultural practices of the time. And I think that's it for me, and let's move to the next slide.
The period of English literature has some distinctive characteristics. Here are some of the main features of the period and Old English literature. First, oral poetry. Old English literature is characterized by the existence of oral poetry. This oral poetry was often used for hymns, magic, and short narrative. Second, use of manuscripts. Old English literature is also characterized by the use of manuscripts. Manuscripts were the primary means of disseminating literary works during this period. Third, diverse genre. Old literature encompassed a wide range of genres, including epic poetry, sagas, and lyric poetry. Some famous literary works from this period are Beowulf, a Germanic epic that still survives today, and fourth, Germanic influence the Angles, Saxons, and Jutes who invaded England in the 5th and 6th centuries brought with them a common Germanic metric. This influenced the style and structure of poetry in Old English literature. 5. Use of alliteration. Old English poetry often use alliteration, which is the repetition of consonant sound in word initial position in a line of poetry. This gives rhythm and power to the poem. 6. Christian themes. Old English literature includes many works related to Christianity, such as Bible translation, sermons, and biography of saints. Oral poetry, the use of manuscript, and a diversity of genre characterize this period. Old English literature was also influenced by Germanic culture and had a strong Christian influence in its themes and words. That's it for explain about characteristics of Old English literature.
Several literary works in Old English literature period. First one is Beowulf. This is the oldest surviving Germanic epic and the longest of English poems. It tells the story of the hero named Beowulf and his battle against a monster named Grendel, Grendel's mother, and a dragon. And the second one is the Exeter Book Riddles. This is a collection of almost 100 riddles found in the Exeter Book, a manuscript dating from the 10th century. The riddles are diverse, ranging from the profound to the playful, and they provide a unique insight into the mind of Anglo-Saxon people. And the third literary works is Caedmon Hymns. This is one of the earliest examples of an English poem. It was written by Caedmon, who was covered in the Abbey of Whitby. The hymn is a short verse praising God, and it was reportedly composed by Caedmon in a dream. The next is The Wife's Lament. This is a poem found in the Exeter Book. It is a monologue spoken by a woman who is mourning her husband's absence and the loss of her own happiness. And the last literary works here is The Wanderer. This is another poem found in the Exeter Book. It is a melancholic and philosophical poem spoken by a lone wanderer who reflects on his life and the transience of early things. And for reminder, these works are written in Old English language, which is quite different from modern English language. So if you want to read these literary works, you might need a translation to fully understand and appreciate it. Thank you.
Okay guys, today I'll just straightforward for the current discussion about the men of letters in the Old English literature period. During the Old English literary period, also known as the Anglo-Saxon period, there were several prominent literary figures who made significant contributions to literature. The most prominent figures are listed below. Number 1, Bede. Known as the father of English history, Bede was a monk who wrote an important work, the Ecclesiastical History of the English People, which documents the early history of England. Number 2, Saint Wulf, poet known for his religious poems such as The Faith of the Apostles and Juliana, also known for his signature in runic script. Number 3, Caedmon, considered the earliest English poet. Caedmon's hymns are among the oldest surviving Old English poems. Number 4, Alcuin of York, a scholar, teacher, and poet, an important figure of the Carolingian Renaissance, known for his educational reforms and his correspondence with Karl the Great. Number 5, Wulfstan, Archbishop of York. Wulfstan was a writer and preacher. His works include Sermolupi and Anglos, or the Sermon of the Wolf to the English, and homilies. Number 6, Alfred the Great. Although known primarily as a king, Alfred was also a scholar and translator. He translated several works into Old English, including Pope Gregory I's Pastoral Care. Well, that's overall discussion for today, and let's continue to the next part.
Well, in conclusions, studying Old English literature offers valuable insight into the history, language, and cultural heritage of Britain during the early medieval period, highlighting its enduring relevance and impact on contemporary literature and society. Well, we are from group 3. We think that's all. Thank you and wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.